As we all know, the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is coming soon. And I do mean soon. They've set a release window of 2025, and, well, there's only like 3 months left in 2025. From the moment this collection was announced, I was getting comments and messages asking if I was going to do a video about it. Now, you guys know me. I don't ever do reaction videos, and I don't really do videos about announcements because, more often than not, we don't have a lot of information to go by. Saying nothing for 10 minutes just to fill a spot on the calendar and reach the monetization goal isn't really my style. Is this why I'm barely keeping up with my own release schedule? Absolutely. Look at my recent catalog of videos. If you're asking, hey, do you spend literally every waking moment working? Yes, I do. It's out of control. Thank you for asking. But at this juncture, I feel comfortable making this video today because we have more information to go by. We've got the entire list of games that will come with the Legacy Collection. We know each and every version of each specific game that'll be included with the collection. We've got eyes on the special collector's edition, so on and so forth. So now, I feel like we've really got enough to sink our teeth into. We not only know exactly what this collection is going to be, but I've got quite a bit to say about it. And I've got quite a bit to say about why I think this collection is so important. On today's episode of Mortal Kombat Monday, I want to go all in on the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Grab something to sip on. We'll get going in a minute. Every video here on 616 Entertainment is made possible by my supporters over on Patreon. If you enjoyed the show here today, consider signing up. You'll get early access, exclusive videos and podcasts, and more. Pro Wrestling Tees has the merch. As always, thank you for watching. I would like to state for the record that the gameplay you're seeing right now comes from the Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection. This was a digitally released 3-pack of Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 that hit the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live Arcade back in 2011. Practically every time I've played the original 3 MK games on this channel, unless noted otherwise, the gameplay was captured from this collection. I have been so grateful for this collection for nearly 15 years now because, for all intents and purposes, this has been really the only officially released legitimate way to access these games for the better part of 2 decades. At least for me, you know, a console player who doesn't even have a PC. I do all my work on a Mac. I'm too stupid to figure out all the other stuff. I know, save your breath. But even then, using this collection, this thing was delisted years ago, so if you didn't have this already purchased and in your download list, you're not able to get it anymore, and you haven't been for quite some time. I cannot explain just how many videos I've made using this arcade collection, and I really wish the PlayStation 3 would have tracked our playtime the way the PlayStation 5 does, because there is absolutely no way that I haven't spent hundreds of hours with this thing. And as a stats guy, I would just love to know what the real number actually is, you know? This collection is far from perfect, to be sure, but it has indeed been a lifesaver. I've considered doing a review of this collection, or, you know, maybe some sort of send-off for this thing before the brand new Legacy Collection arrives. I just have to figure out if A, that's necessary, B, if any of you would want to watch that, and C, what the hell it even is that I would do and say to send it off into the night. Let me know if you'd be interested in that, and I'll see what I can cook up. I only mentioned the arcade collection to specify the source of the gameplay. I didn't mean to go off on this diatribe about something that isn't even our main topic of conversation today, but I mean, honestly, who cares? We're talking about Mortal Kombat. I love this shit. I can do it all day, but let's focus. I don't have any particular interest in tackling my individual topics here today in any specific order, so I'm just going to bounce around. You understand? First off, why not start here? We just got the reveal of the final 2 games that will be included in this collection. Those 2 games are Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero and Mortal Kombat Special Forces. I was instantly hit with messages and comments jokingly insinuating that I must be pissed about this. I must be so mad that these garbage games are getting re-released instead of dying in the dark, and no, that actually couldn't be further from the truth. Is Mortal Kombat Mythologies an objectively really, really bad video game? Yes, it is. I will hear zero arguments to the contrary. It's okay if you like it. There are pieces of garbage that I like too. It's fine. We all have our own taste. It is what it is. Is Mortal Kombat Special Forces way, way, way worse than Mythologies? Yes, it is. Unequivocally so. This is, without a doubt, one of the worst games I've ever played in my life. And that is in no way an exaggeration. So why am I overjoyed that these two games made it into the collection? I mean, it's simple, really. These are two games that haven't been available since 1997 and 2000, respectively. These have never been re-released, and I never in my wildest dreams ever thought that they would be. The lowest of low points in a storied franchise are often ignored into irrelevance. The studios who released either these games or movies or whatever it happens to be can't wait for the bottom of the barrel to fade away into obscurity. And that is exactly what happened here. There are tons of people who have never heard of Mythologies or Special Forces. They're gonna find out what these two games are for the first time when they buy this collection. To put it simply, just because something is bad doesn't mean that it shouldn't exist. Digital Eclipse and Atari are celebrating the legacy of Mortal Kombat with this collection. And these two games, even though they are pieces of shit, are a part of that legacy. So I honestly really could not be happier that they're here. You know what else is a part of that legacy though? Mortal Kombat Gold. A Sega Dreamcast exclusive, Mortal Kombat Gold released in 1999. This was an expanded port of Mortal Kombat 4 with extra fighters, levels, and other goodies added in. This was one of my most anticipated inclusions for the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, as personally, I've never spent more than 20 minutes playing this game. I did not own a Dreamcast as a kid, and I don't own a Dreamcast as an adult. I never have. And I'm not particularly interested in buying the console to correct that, as, dude, the Dreamcast is not a cheap console to collect for. Long story short, Mortal Kombat Gold is not included in the Legacy Collection. This sucks. Oh man, this sucks. I wanted to fill that gap in my, my Mortal Kombat fandom, but I also really wanted to just use it for videos, if I'm being totally transparent. A deep dive, playthroughs, exploring the characters I've never had the opportunity to explore before. There was a ton to look forward to here, and now we know that that's not going to happen. From what I understand, Mortal Kombat Gold not being here comes down to developer Digital Eclipse not having any experience with porting Dreamcast games. Digital Eclipse have a reputation for putting top-tier effort into what they do, so in some sense, I think it behooves them to not grab Mortal Kombat Gold and haphazardly slap it into this collection, and it's just a piece of shit port. You know, at that juncture, what's even the point? It would be a total waste. Is it a bummer that it's not here? Yeah, absolutely. I do wish it were here, but it's not. Now, could they add gold to this collection at some point? I would like to think so. I've seen that topic going around online, but I don't really know if that's possible. I'm not really expecting any additions to come to this collection, but if it does happen, I'm all for it. I'm just not holding my breath. Word on the street is that Mortal Kombat Trilogy, which is included in the Legacy Collection, was Digital Eclipse's first time porting a PlayStation game. And I could be wrong about that, but I read that somewhere, so I'm saying it here. In my personal opinion, I think Trilogy kinda sucks, but hey, that's if you're playing against the AI. The input reading and the level of difficulty here, holy hell, Dan-Dans. Playing against other people online, that might be great, and I'm looking forward to trying that out, no doubt. But just playing through an arcade ladder in Trilogy, holy shit. Fellow YouTuber and Mortal Kombat fan Daryl Sung06 and I have talked for a long time about playing against each other online, and with the Legacy Collection, I think it's finally going to be easy for us to put that together. Can I beat Daryl? Absolutely not. If we fight 10 times, I will lose 10 times. I have zero doubt about that, nor does that bother me, because Daryl is really good at Mortal Kombat. I'm just a huge fan of Mortal Kombat, and when the controller is in your hands, that does make a big difference, believe me. Speaking on Trilogy being the first PS1 game Digital Eclipse have included in one of these collections, I didn't realize until I was gathering notes for this video that the PlayStation version of Mortal Kombat 4, which is the one that I've been playing for almost 30 years, that one's actually not going to be here. What will be here, though, is the arcade version of MK4, which has never gotten a home release, ever. This is the big debut, and goodness gracious am I excited about that. I'm also excited for the Game Boy Advance inclusions as well. I've never played these, so for me, this is like brand new stuff. Now, am I going to spend dozens of hours with these? No, definitely not. But I'm all for new experiences, especially in one of my favorite franchises of all time. Everything here is a video just waiting to happen, you know? Another new experience, not only for me, but for practically every single one of you watching this video right now, will be the Wavenet version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which has somehow, some way, finally been found, and we've got it here in the Legacy Collection. For those who don't know, the Wavenet version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was basically an online-enabled arcade cabinet back in the 90s. This would allow me in Chicago to play online against somebody in an arcade in Orlando or New York or San Francisco. I don't know where the hell you are. This version of Ultimate MK3 was the only place where Noob Saibot was fully playable. There are little tweaks to the gameplay, and there are new Easter eggs and secrets to find, blah blah blah. The reason you've never heard of the Wavenet version is because this version was never widely released. And for over 30 years now, it has been widely thought that this version was completely lost to time. The part that really sucks is that this version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was never fully preserved, meaning that literally nobody had access to the source code. Nobody knew where the hell this thing was or if any trace of it even still existed. Well, somebody found it. Digital Eclipse got their hands on it, they reverse engineered it somehow, and here it is in the Legacy Collection. That's pretty fucking cool, if I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to keep you here all day, so we can rapid fire and get the hell out of here. Look, this collection's going to have the soundtracks on it. I'm so excited about that. Character bios, but which ones? The originals? Or are these going to be rewritten? I can't wait to find out. What's up with this Jade icon here? Why is she gray? Is this just not finished, or are they trying to tell us something? You never know with Mortal Kombat, and I love that. What do we think about the special collector's edition? Who's grabbing this thing? I gotta be honest, I think it's cool, but I really just want the hardcover lore and art book. That's what I'm after. That's what I want. But yeah, have any of you pre-ordered this already? And if so, which one? Because it comes in all these different colors too. Let me know. It is without any exaggeration that I say this. The Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is one of my most anticipated releases in recent memory. I genuinely cannot wait for this. And it's not just because this will make my job in recording gameplay much easier, though that is a huge part of it. For anyone who doesn't know, literally everything you see on my channel comes from Shoot hardware and software. This is the real deal, always. Which leads to lots of hooking up and taking down new consoles and cartridges and discs, and you get the picture. Having all of this in one place is gonna be great for me. That goes without saying. But I also just can't wait for everyone else to have these in their own collection. People leave me comments all the time asking how they can play Mortal Kombat 2 or how they can play Mortal Kombat 4 or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and I have to tell them, man, if you want the real deal, you kind of have to have the retro stuff. Of course, you can get it on your PC for free if you know what you're doing, but not everybody does, and not everybody has a PC that, you know, that's easy to do it. Or you're just an idiot, like me, and that's fair too. But even if you're not an idiot, I understand if you just like to have the real deal, because that's how I am, so I can identify with that. Some people are going to be playing these games for the first time in decades. Others, maybe younger gamers, they're going to be checking out the originals for the first time in their lives. And to me, that's pretty awesome. At the end of the day, I think that's what collections like this are all about. There you go, short and sweet, a nice little look at and conversation about the upcoming Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Now, I would love to have a review for you live on launch day, but number one, we don't actually know the release date for the digital version of this game, and number two, I don't know who to talk to about getting a review code. Does anyone know? Is anybody from WB Games, NetherRealm, Digital Eclipse, or Atari watching this video right now? I know you watch sometimes, how you don't. But is anyone watching right now? Let me know who to talk to. Let's get this working. Until next time, thank you for watching Mortal Kombat Monday, and I will see you soon.